Outlander Season 8 Episode 8 opens in quiet tension. At daybreak, Claire and Jamie stand together, knowing what is about to happen. Now, the fight at King's Mountain seems less like a possibility and more like an imminent threat. They talk about what remains of a person after their death, not about tactics. Claire considers Roger, Brianna, the Ridge, and everything they have constructed together. After listening, Jamie informs her plainly that he has to leave because of the things that are worth defending. She doesn't dispute. Rather, she clings to him for a longer period of time than normal, and their stillness conveys what words cannot. William, meanwhile, remains in the camp. He's still here. He couldn't quite put his finger on what was holding him back. He is watching from a distance, observing Jamie walk among the militia members, giving subdued commands, offering support, making corrections, and taking the lead without much fanfare. William, who is still figuring out how to be a son to a man he once refused to claim, watches with a complex mixture of pride and sorrow. Roger gets together for morning prayer with a small number of people. He already has the weight of someone who selected a different kind of purpose in his steady, measured voice. However, there is still uncertainty beneath the calm. It's not about faith per se, but rather whether he is on par with it. If the world becomes more violent, will he be able to provide these individuals with what they need? After that, he prays in silence by himself, and it is obvious that there is no simple response to this topic. He acknowledges that as well. Brianna is working somewhere else. She carefully tests every part of the weapon she constructed by running her hands over it. She is very focused. She's not doing this to get recognition or praise. She is acting because she is aware of the risks, possibly more so than anyone else. The conclusion of this war was predetermined when she was growing up. However, she also realizes that the people she cares about are still part of that past, still vulnerable, and still mortal. She is not immobilized by that awareness. She is motivated by it. Lord John Grey navigates unknown territory with caution. We now witness the fallout from his vulnerable interaction at the end of the last episode. He has minor injuries, enough to cause him to slow down. His thoughts are racing. He had been anticipated by Captain Richardson. He knows this is not finished because the trap was well planned, calculated, and executed. Percy Bond may not be the ally he claimed to be because someone has been observing his activities for a while. Ever calm, Lord John starts carefully weighing his alternatives. He is a man who uses intelligence rather than force to live, and we are currently witnessing that intelligence in action despite the suffering. Jamie speaks to his militia back on the ridge. He doesn't use theater when he speaks. He informs them that the only real advantage they have is their familiarity with this territory and that the men they will encounter are skilled soldiers. He tells them that bravery without planning is just an early demise. A few of the men move uneasily. Some straighten. He scans the space and makes adjustments. Then, using human language rather than lofty ones, he discusses the causes they are fighting for. A daughter with unrestricted movement. A son who refuses to be drafted. A house that endures. Something has changed in the group by the time he's done. They are not yet in the military. However, they have evolved into something more. Fanny goes back to the scene that has been bothering her. She has kept the green rock she discovered. She keeps going back to it, holding it, flipping it over. She queries Rachel once again about the possible meaning. Superstition is contrasted with a deeper trust that Rachel encourages Fanny to embrace, even without articulation. Fanny's contentment remains unfulfilled, parallel to her unresolved feelings about a rock that symbolizes her secrets amidst broader conflicts. Claire engages William in a more honest conversation than before, discussing Jamie's growth in handling personal challenges like distance, shame, and loss due to his commitment to support others. William shows a noticeable change as he contemplates his choices, finally entering the conversation with more intention. Separately, Roger shares a quiet moment with Brianna, expressing pride in her resilience and discussing the challenges she fears he will face as he approaches ordination. Brianna worries about the emotional burden that will come with his new role, prompting her to question his readiness. Roger responds that true preparation comes only through experience. Their connection is profound, reflecting mutual support without any dramatization. William and Jamie head out once more, just for a stroll this time. No pretense, no fishing. As two guys who share blood and, gradually, something more, simply strolling across the earth together. William inquires about Jamie's experience leaving Hellwater. It was the hardest ride of his life, according to Jamie. It was because of what he was leaving behind, not the distance. He talks about the youngster he observed while attempting to avoid staring too long from across a yard. When William hears this, he remains silent because he was unaware of it at the time. He queries why Jamie never sent a message, a letter, or even a single word. A letter from him, according to Jamie, would have been dangerous. William's future was threatened by every link to his past. He put William's security ahead of his own desire to be recognized as his father. William takes his time absorbing this, the way you take in something that rearranges the past without making the suffering in it go away. When newcomers return to the camp, they deliver news that transforms everything. A small number of guys, all terrified and with some injuries, report that the British forces had split. One contingent is traveling more quickly than anticipated. The militia's window of opportunity to arrive at King's Mountain in a strategic location is closing. Jamie pays attention to every statement without interjecting. Then he starts making plans. In this instant, he is a soldier before he is anything else, and we see him fully and silently transform into that. Fanny clutches the rock one last time by herself, close to the edge of the trees. She has made a decision. Not quite praying, not quite talking to herself, she speaks aloud. Does any of this misery have any significance, she wonders? If her sibling is in a better place? If there is any value at all for goodness in this world? Nothing spectacular occurs. However, she appears different when she opens her eyes. Calmer. A settlement has been reached. She stopped waiting for a response and started asking the question in a different way. Not because she got one. Battered and now cautiously returning to his familiar surroundings, Lord John meets an unexpected person. Although this person's identity is not made clear right away, their response to seeing him alive is instructive. It is almost like relief, but not quite surprise. And Lord John, who no longer has any faith in anyone, must now determine if this is a real lifeline or just another trap. He is quite selective. He's always made thoughtful choices. However, these are the highest stakes ever. The family gets together once more as night descends on the camp. Roger, William, Fanny, Rachel, Claire, Jamie, and Brianna. Not every one of them speaks. Some people just sit by the fire and take in the fact that everything will change tomorrow. Jamie examines each face separately. He doesn't say goodbye since doing so would require him to acknowledge what he knows and what he won't express out loud. However, he controls the moment. William then moves a little bit closer in silence. It hardly qualifies as a movement. However, it is everything. In that picture, the show turns to darkness. At last, two men were standing together in the dark. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next review.